Well, good morning, everybody. Sorry about the little delay. As per usual, I was waiting for phone number 2 to catch up with phone number 1. If you caught my very brief live last night, you would know that the Sun servers have arrived. And I spent most of the day yesterday going through a lot of them to see if any of them were still working well enough that I was comfortable selling them. So anything I scrapped today, for all the naysayers out there, anything we're scrapping today does not power up. It has a defect. I have already tried swapping power supplies. I've already checked the different things I can check. So we do have, which I knew, by the way, when I bought them, that there were 3 or 4 that were not working. So those are getting scrapped. If you get a chance, guys, to ever buy a server like this cheap, yeah, it's worth it. These are Sun Oracle Spark Enterprise T5120. I believe, I'll let you know on the date when I open it up in a minute. So again, this is not a working unit. And it won't be by the time I'm done with it. I hope everybody's doing well this morning. Beautiful day yesterday, finally. Hello, Bootsy. Hello, Glenn H. And again, if you have a question and I don't answer, it's just because I didn't see it go by, okay? So let's start here. So I've already opened up one of these to see if they're worth taking apart for copper and aluminum recovery, and they are not. I kept about 50 of them. They're up for sale. These, I'm going to just break the gold fingers off, and this is going to go as a power supply without wires. I couldn't do any better on a price yesterday. I did go check the local scrapyard yesterday. Very good yard. I can't say their name. They've asked me not to. I don't know why. I would think it would bring them lots of business, but that's okay. But this is what I got out of these. And I'll show you in a minute. These are super easy to scrap, guys. See, like this one, I saw that was damaged. I'm not going to try to resell that, obviously. Let's just go into spare bright copper for me. This is shielded RAM. No effort at all to get the casing off. You can go from getting $11 a pound to $40 a pound by taking 2 minutes to take the casing off. I'll show you how to do that after. But each one of these has a 0.08 ounce weight of copper. I think the price they said they would give me on that is $3.49 if I was to go buy it, if I bring it by today. I don't have to bring it by today. I don't, there's a lot of stuff sometimes I just save for a rainy day. It's rainy today, I don't know if that counts. So, let's get started. Good morning, scrappers, scrapettes, planet lovers, recycles, cyclers, friends of the channel, new viewers, old viewers, and anybody else in between. And good morning to you, Patrick. So let's get into this guy. As I said, this one does not work. We tried all the basic things. We tried swapping the power supplies, checked all the wires. This one was what you call dead on arrival, all right? So yeah, these are good. I put a few up for sale. I've got them listed at $100 a piece, straight out, by the whole unit. And I think I've got the boards at like $75 or something. Okay. These are a great scrap out, guys. If you get a chance to get your hands on one of these, what I did before I bought the lot of them, and I did buy a big lot, I priced everything out for myself. So in other words, I knew most of these units would have 16 pieces of shielded RAM. I knew this was the type of CPU that was in it. I knew I was going to get some good backplane PCI cards, and of course a high-grade telecom board. So this board I have up for resale. That's the only reason the battery's on it. I broke one of these last night trying to get the CMOS battery off, so that one I'll have to sell. But it's a very good board. This will go as what we call a telecom high-grade board. And like I said, these are fairly easy to get apart, especially if you're a new scrapper. They're very good. I am not sure if this is a battery or not. It might be a capacitor, so I did leave it on because there's a battery here. So I don't necessarily think this is a battery, but because I'm going to resell this board, I'm not really too worried about it. I'm going to resell it. This is going to be sold as a working board. So I did leave the CMOS battery on. You guys know I always tell you to get the batteries off, but not in this case because I don't want to break that. And I broke one last night. And I said, you know what? Leave it be. I'll tape it. Before I ship it, I'll put a piece of tape over it. So this is not a removable CPU, but if you were to take the CPU off, and you certainly could if you're going to refine it, underneath you'll have a very highly coveted Sun microsystem chip. These are loaded with gold. But see, this one is soldered to the board. And there's another unit over here. A lot of gold recovery on this board. Tons of gold here for gold recovery, if you're into gold recovery, of course. I personally am not. I'd rather sell them because it's way outside of my comfort level. Even these peripheral boards, very good gold recovery. If I sell this board to like Board Sort or something, I probably would take this peripheral board off. Tantalum capacitors. Little gold flashing here. Even good gold on the CMOS battery. Gold banded BGAs, flat packs. Really a very nice board. So I'm going to sell this just like it is as a high-grade telecom board. If it goes to Board Sort or a refiner, we take the CMOS battery off. Okay. So as I said, this one does not work. This is broken. That's why it doesn't work, because it's broken. Okay, here we go. I think Eclipse, it depends on where I buy them for, or if I get them for free. If you want to check board pricing, best place to check is Board Sort. Basically because everybody follows whatever Board Sort does. By the way, I am not sponsored in any way, shape, or form by Board Sort. You can also work things out with a local yard. I would say you're going to make as much money as your buyer's going to pay you. You take a watch of E-Waste Ben. I mean, he does these by the ton, but he also gets them for free, so he makes a very good living. For somebody like me, this is really more of a, believe it or not, this is a hobby. It's something I do, for extra income. So I think you can look at Board Sort and see what they're paying per pound, factor in your shipping, and you can also check with your local yard. There are more and more yards starting to get into e-scrap, quite a few more. The yard I went to yesterday, it's about half an hour's drive, but they are the best paying for regular scrap. They're also the largest metal management company in the United States, if not the North America. So yeah, I went up to them, talked to them yesterday about purchasing some of my product. I'm just going to put my coffee over here so that I don't spill it when I knock this top off. Yeah, rough night last night. We're drinking coffee and not tea today. So, also to answer the question of how much do you make, yes, that's exactly what it is. Very, very good. My money won't fold. Yes, I did put that at the beginning of the video. This one is dead. The doesn't work, but I've got 25 others that I've already tested that do work. Alright, so I have to push this up, push this down. Just give it a bit of a tap. And it should, keyword should slide right off for me. My hands are not that good in the morning, guys, I'm sorry. It's not hard to get off, it's just hard for me this morning. There we go. All in the wrist. I would say to answer the profitability question, like before I went and purchased this whole lot, I went and I asked them to open a couple of them up for me. I priced in how much I thought I could get for the RAM. I priced in what I thought I could get for the copper. These, I already know there's no market for them. I do have 50 of them up for sale, but I'm going to take the gold fingers. I'm going to sell that as a power supply without wires. Right now, they're paying 20 cents a pound, which I personally think is rather lame given the amount of recovery in there. But you know, you take what you can get. You factor in your scrap metal, you factor in your time. I don't think, I mean, unless you get the material given to you guys, you're not going to get rich scrapping. Alright. Yeah, I'll tell you, back in the day, these were the systems. The Sun Maker system was quite the workhorse. Switch this screwdriver here. But you getting ready for the holidays? But you're nice and busy. I am. I don't think we're going to get together for Easter so much this year. But I'm still going to cook. A lot of my family's in the medical profession, so I figured, well, if I make a good-sized feast, which I will, and if you want to stop by after your shift is over, whatever time it is, come on by and take it home with you. Or maybe I'll bring it to you at work. It's not too far. Debating whether I'm going to do a boiled ham this year. I really like the glazed honey baked ham, the circulars. Those are really good. This is a really odd size bit that they use with this. I use the DeWalt bits that I get on sale a lot at Home Depot, which pretty much takes care of the basic scrapping needs, but for really small stuff, you're going to need an electrician's kit. I know this is an odd time to go live, but I wanted to get this, I did want to get this video up because I'm going to be busy with this all day. I don't think I'll have anything different. Well, I shouldn't say that. I have a couple of servers being delivered this afternoon. Maybe there'll be something new something different in the mix. If there is, I'll put something up tonight for you. Beautiful out yesterday. The sun had arrived in more ways than one. First the sun oracles arrived, and then the sun actually put in a guest appearance yesterday. And of course today it's raining. Not in my kitchen. Lots of sun in my kitchen. I'm gonna make sun jokes all day, guys. I'm sorry. It's just me. I'm corny. lot really for wire out of these, because the power supply is all in here, and it's just, you don't get a lot of wireage on these. Wireage. There's no resale on the fans, guys. I've tried, believe me. And there's a bajillion and one on eBay. Good morning to everybody who's joined. I seem to be having a lag between the cameras as usual. But I'm not going to worry about it. I used to spend Holy Week. I would practically live at the church back when I did the choir and played the organ and everything else. It was always a beautiful week, but it was exhausting. And I've just moved on to a different phase of my life where I miss it, but I have to find. I'm looking for a new parish where I can serve, and I haven't quite found one yet. I will. I miss playing the organ. I miss singing. Well, singing I can't do anymore, but I could probably return to playing the guitar and the organ and stuff. I want to do that. Ain't that pretty? I got a whole stack of these down in the basement. I look like a big rich woman. Popeye the Sailor, welcome aboard. No pun intended. Every single one of these, I think except for two, had this exact configuration. So, so we did well with these. I have I think I've got a couple of Dell PowerEdges being dropped off this afternoon. The only way you're really going to make money at this, guys, is going to be to get yourself connected with somebody who does IT for a living and needs help removing old technology. There's a lot of stuff available on eBay. I can't say there isn't. I mean, for me now, probably going into the summer, what I'll probably wind up doing, I'll just buy a couple of pieces a day, really more for the video. And for content. I'm at a point now I don't really have to do this, but I like it. I like hanging out with you guys. You guys are a nice way to start my day off. But we'll see. Did really, really well on those Cisco Aeronets that we did the other day. They're up to, I got 50 cents a pound for the clean cast aluminum. And out of 10 units, I had 40 pounds, which was pretty good. Oh, excuse me. They're 4 pounds. Yeah, 10 units. I got 40 pounds of cast. And I have another, I don't know how many hundreds of those to ship. Just out of curiosity, let me weigh this for you. Scale's right here. It's just off the camera a little bit. Yeah, so that is 1 pound of shielded RAM. That is $11 and change right now on board sort. And that would be times 2. So there's $22 right there in RAM. And another, let's just call it 3. So right off the bat, we've got $22. We've got $25 right there. That's not even counting the board. I think it's important to see what's inside before you buy. I mean, I don't buy them if they've already been stripped out, the RAM's gone, the CPU is gone. Usually you can get some value off the CPU too, but in this case it's soldered to the board. So right off the bat, there's good value. This board, I'm going to weigh it for you real quick. And I did all this before I actually bought the lot. So this board weighs 4 pounds. Board Sort is paying somewhere around, I believe, $7 a pound for high grade telecom. That's $28. I've got my money back with no no question whatsoever. So I think pricing it out before you take it apart and everything else is the best. The best is going to be to get it for free, guys. Tell the schools what you're doing. Put up a YouTube channel or a TikTok channel. Show them you destroy the, that it's going to get destroyed. Show them how you get rid of the hard drives. And get yourself some business. Find an IT guy who needs a helping hand. Now, another thing I do is 2 or 3 of the guys that I work with, guys and gals, got a husband and wife team I really like working with. They're awesome. They really helped me get started with this. I got to give them a huge amount of credit. Hello, Otto. Hello, Bob. You're right, Bob. I'm going to, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the heat shield. And I'll tell you, I'll do that at the end of the video. I'll show you a couple. All you gotta do is heat this up with like a heat gun or a hair dryer, and this just pops off. You get twice the value by taking off the heat shield, plus you get clean aluminum. So, no, I'll strip down shielded RAM all day, every day. And because this unit is old, it's upside down. I gotta stand on my head. 2 of 22. Huh, no, that's wrong. 2010 02 22. So this unit is from February 22nd, 2010. Older the golder, guys. These older units are very rich in gold recovery. They're very well made. I mean, that is a chunky, heavy board. For somebody who's going to refine that board, that's a fantastic board for them. They're going to get so much metal recovery. Like I said, it's not for me. I'm happy taking them apart, doing a video, talking to you guys, and making my money that way. I'm not into gold refining. I'm afraid of it. You got to know a lot about chemistry, and you have to buy special equipment, and you have to make sure you're not going to kill the neighborhood with all your chemicals. And plus, we have, we got little kids in the family, so. All right, I'll get this bracket off. This will be a backplane board. Backplane boards, the gold plugs into something that has gold. It plugs into some kind of a slot, like RAM. So gold is probably the best connector of electricity. Copper's pretty good, aluminum's pretty good, but gold is the best. It's the most reliable, it takes the heat the best, and it transfers the data the best. So a backplane board, something will plug into here. Whether it's a slot card or a cable or another component. So this, I'll take the bracket off. This is a backplane board. Lots of good gold in the backplane board, guys, and they sell pretty well. Just gotta get the bracket off. So there's a little more value on this board. Backplane boards are... What game is this? Not a game. Unless I missed a comment go by and you were talking about something else. A lot of new names this morning. Well, welcome everybody who's new. And, of course, all my regular friends. This is a module card. I don't know exactly what it's called, and forgive me. But very rich in gold recovery as well. This I will sell as a high-grade peripheral board. That came out of here. That's right over here. Peripheral boards are anything that doesn't, that's not a motherboard. Yeah, it's great if you can get a local buyer. I have a few other irons in the fire too. I have, of course, it's a holiday week here in the States, so a lot of people are on vacation. Kids are out of school. So, it'll be a bit till I can get these things done. But I spoke to 2 or 3 refiners, and there's one that's in New York, which is only about an hour from me. And they're going to send, I'm hoping, it's not finalized yet, but they're going to send me a couple of Gaylord boxes. When I fill them, they'll come get them. So that would be easy. It would be nice and neat, no mess. And they'll buy the bulk, which is really nice. It's my only problem with Board Sorters and Darn Ship, and I love them. They're a fantastic company, but they're in the central United States, and I'm on the East Coast. So that doesn't work too well. Sometimes. UPS has gotten ridiculously expensive. Is what it is, you know, that's all stuff you gotta factor into how much do you make per board. You know, it's not just the board, it's everything else. Like this just goes to shred, they pay nothing, you can't get anything for the fan. The hard drive caddies are empty. I'm actually gonna sell these hard drive caddies. I saw somebody on eBay had them up for like $1 a piece. I'll sell them in a lot of 12. I'll try and sell them. I'll put them up. If they sell, they sell. If they don't, they don't. Gotta maximize that value, right? Where am I located? I am in Connecticut. It is on the east coast of the United States, and I live smack in the middle of the state. How about you guys? Where are you from? Salvage Cleanup, welcome. I have a friend of mine, she does dump runs and house cleanouts and stuff. She always sells me the computers really cheap that she gets. You gotta make connections, you know? Nottingham, UK. Welcome. English muffin. That's so cute. My original handle when I did this was Scrappy D, but I decided to change it when there was another person with a similar name with a not as honorable profession as mine, and I think I'll just leave it at that. So I changed my handle. I still call myself Scrappy D a lot though, but I changed the channel to D Scraps, E Scraps early on. It works out okay. So are you guys hobby scrappers? Do you do refining? What are you guys into? You don't have to answer if you don't want. I just, I don't know. I like talking with you guys. It's fun. That's what I do in the morning. I get up and make myself a coffee. If I have quality content, I get live ready. I do a live in the morning. And I get my scrapyard run done. Of course, it's raining, so that might get put off. And go about my day. I don't have any school pickups this week. The kids are on vacation. So I don't have anything from the music school to worry about today. Probably should get this out first before I go after the module, huh? Yeah, I think we will. I think we'll put that back. These are pretty easy to get out. A lot of the servers, sometimes this board is jammed right against the fan array, and you have to take the whole fan array out to slide the board. These are not bad. I have space to work with here. Some of these servers are so tight. Computer engineer, LOL. Well, I am a reverse computer engineer. So tell me, Mr. Computer Engineer, and I believe it is Suzuki. Do you see a demand for older technology given the situation with China, where people are going to have to update whatever they have and make it last if they can't get electronics? Do you think that's going to be a thing, or do you think we're going to be all right? Yeah, as I said, I do have most of these set aside for resale. I'd always rather resell it than scrap it. You make a lot more money reselling them, but a lot of these are, like this one we know got wet, this one we know is toast, so I'm not even going to bother, but this one I'll take apart. The others I have up for resale, just again because I've been told these can run Linux without too much trouble. I was actually told that by the IT guy that that I bought these from. So, if they can be made to work, glory be. Good. I'm sure they're much better quality than some of the rubbish that's out there. I just think this one might be one size too small. Yes, it is. Too small, too big. Find the one that's just right. Yeah. I had to go garbage picking last night. I threw away one of my good screwdrivers. I was like, shoot. Oh, come on now. Half the battle finding the right bit, right? Home labs, people who build servers for their own personal use. There's a massive market for it. Good. I hope that massive market finds its way to my eBay store. Like I said, I couldn't see just taking them and scrapping them. They're too... I just, that's a... Anyway, you guys know how I feel about that. I don't want to be redundant. Let's get the other set of screwdrivers out. The trouble with these are the wall sets that you get from Home Depot. And it's nice because you get a really good variety, and when they go on sale, they're cheap as cheap can be. But they do tend to strip awfully easily, especially when you have to get them out of the case this way because your hands are no good. Come on. I hate when this happens. Someday I'm going to remember to do this before the video starts. Alright, that's got it. Back in the box with your friends. Okay, that's got it. But, a lot of these computers are made in Mexico, so they should take a standard tool bit. But the ones that are made in China, you're going to need metric sets for. So make sure you have both available to yourself. Where do you sell gold fingers? I sell them to BoardSort. Sometimes I put them up on eBay. BoardSort's paying, I think, $400 a pound right now for gold fingers. That's an I think, guys. I have to look. I'm speaking without my sheet in front of me. I do have, occasionally I'll get approached by somebody to see if I'll sell them. And, hey, if I can make money, I'll do it. Welcome to new people who've just gone by. I'm sorry, sometimes the names go by faster than I can see them. Yes, I have a power screwdriver, but the problem is I can't talk to you when that's making a racket. So I'm going to get this one finished up here for you. And, just to show you that these are pretty straightforward to take apart. Then I'm going to get off and get on my day. The car is loaded up with cases from non-working computers. Okay. The Sun Microsystems, these older ones, they must have been really expensive as heck in their day. I mean, just looking at what a solid machine this was. I got one the other day. It was twice the height, and it had another 2 processors on type. It was a newer machine, and another 16 gigs of RAM. It was amazing. Actually, I think I'm gonna put that caddy up for sale. That's the other thing too. You can't get parts for these anymore, so hopefully I'll be able to sell some of the replacement parts. I don't know. There's 1,000,001 people who do the same, so gotta get these guys off. Got a little bit of yard work done yesterday. I got the garden raked out. I've got Vinkavine that has forgotten it's not supposed to grow everywhere, and it is everywhere. I'm going to have so much Vinca vine I can open a greenhouse, I think. And I hate to dig it out, but I'm going to have to because it's like mint. It just took over everything. And so I went out and I'm trying to get it knocked down early before it really can establish itself. Yeah, these are pretty straight up easy to take apart, guys. If you're new to scrapping, it's a great thing to work with to start. Okay, now this has to lift, this should lift straight out because these posts are here, so there's no wiggle room to slide this. It should, with a little luck, just lift right out. Sometimes on servers you have to unscrew the hex screws here because the board is anchored to the faceplate. Okay, here's the module. I'm not sure what it's actually called. I don't think module is correct. I think it's something else. But again, I'm going to take these off and I'm going to sell that with my peripheral high grade boards. That one will sell. This should. Yeah, so you're a nice boy. Just come out of there just like so. And that's what you get. Again, gold cornered BGA. Some people take them off, and that's okay if that's what you're into. A lot of people will depopulate the whole board and then just sell the board or refine it. Again, that's up to you. I don't do that. I prefer to just sell the board whole. It's going to board sort. It's going to get shipped, so I have to take the CMOS battery off. That can start a refinery fire when they throw this into the shredder. That actually can catch fire, so you want to make sure you get that off. They will reject. They'll send your whole load back if they find a CMOS battery in there, and I kid you not, I've seen it happen. There's not a lot on the back as far as huge circuitry, but there's ICs, there's MLCCs. I don't see any tantalum capacitors, but a lot of the value in this board, see, I don't know if you can see on camera how thick this is. These Ulta boards especially, they are loaded with gold, copper, I don't know about palladium, but aluminum and precious metals. What they do is they take this, they're going to throw it into a shredder and throw all kinds of chemicals into it, which will filter out the assorted precious metals. So it's a good board. And I think that's going to probably be it for today, guys. I'm sorry it's a little bit short, but I don't have a lot else of interest to really show you today, and I don't want to bore you to tears. I don't do that. At least I try not to. So again, I said I would show you how to get the jacket off the shielded ram, which I'll do real quick. That one's going to get sold because it got, that one we know got wet. We had it marked. I'm going to leave the fans in. There is a backplate board here, but it is a real pain in the neck to get at and just not worth it. Well, it's worth it, but not worth it to me to spend an hour trying to get the damn thing out. Not worth it. These I'm going to take and I am going to try to resell them. I see a lot of these up for sale on eBay, so will the hard drive caddies. I'll have those available too. You know, waste not want that, right? I probably, I'm also going to keep 2 or 3 of the cases and see if anybody's interested in those for resale. So if you're interested in or need any of these parts, just shoot me a thing in the comments. I'm really not going to, except for the RAM and the gold recovery. But if you need fans, you need the case, or you need the caddies, probably just charge your shipping, and that'll be it. I'd be glad to send them along. I have a lot of them here. So yeah, all right. So what I do is I cheat. I have a heater here. I mean, you're going to take something that's selling for $9 a pound. You're going to do 10 minutes worth of work, and you're going to double your money on a pound of RAM. So I'll do that all day, every day. I'm not going to do all these, by the way. I don't resell this. It's old. And I resell it to a scrapper or refiner. It was probably really great RAM back in its day, but it's only, believe it or not, it's only 8 gigs. You know, I think. I'll let you know when we take the cover off. So I'm going to rest this on the edge of my heater. I'm not going to do all these, by the way. But I'll do a couple. They're really, in my opinion, it's worth it. Well, this is that's very well made RAM. But again, without a way to test it, that's the thing. If you're going to sell RAM or you're going to sell hard drives, you got to be able to test it, and I'm just not set up for something like that. So this is the batch I did last night. This is a pound of RAM. That's going to go out to board sort. I have some in my eBay store as well. So, I mean, it didn't take me very long. Ooh, look at this. Wow. Look at that. No wonder they're paying so much for RAM. Look at that gold recovery. Man, I can't sell it as working RAM because, like I said, I can't test it. So I've got so far about 4 pounds of that from just last night's thing. Noe Sosa, I sell them to board sort. Okay, so this is warm. I hope this will do that. I hope it'll be nice and go for me well. Nothing worse than embarrassing yourself live, Those of you who know me know I do it on a regular basis. I use kind of a screwdriver chopsticks method. And I get one screwdriver down here. And always, guys, push this stuff away from yourself. You're going to hurt yourself otherwise. Godzilla time. Godzilla will go right there. And another screwdriver on the other side. It doesn't, you don't want to break it on purpose, but it's being sold for scraps, so. And just like that, I've doubled my money. And I'll sell that for aluminum. I'll do one more. Looks like the sun might make a guest appearance today. Oh my lord, the weather. Quiet day today. What do I do with the RAM? I sell it to board sort. Alright. One. And again, guys, watch, because this when it slips, it could really hurt you. This is an old roaster pan. I will not use this for cooking purposes. Just this thermal paste is messy as, Okay, and there you go. Just like that. Alright. So that, my dear friends, thank you for spending a little time with me. I'll put the video up on YouTube. It's under an hour, so I can also repost it here on TikTok. I will do both. So if you want to go back and look at any of the material, it'll be there for you. I want to take a moment, wish you all a wonderful, blessed, safe day. If I don't catch up with you before the holidays, talk soon. Alright, take care everybody, God bless. Bye-bye.